Public school system is systematically broken. It is not something that can be changed by implementing new strategies here. It's not something that can be fixed by adding more resources there. It is broken by design. The people who created it for the specific reason of having more followers, not having more leaders. And that creates a lot of cracks within the system. And if you don't believe me, which this shouldn't be surprising, ask yourself this question. Do you know about the public school system's lunch menus? That thought should ring up nothing but red flags in your mind. And here's the thing, hopefully I don't date myself, but you guys remember the food pyramid. A way of eating that put bread and grains at the majority of your portion, fats at a small percentage, and protein at an even smaller percentage. That did not make any logical sense, and yet it was pushed to the masses, and a whole generation, tons of generations, maybe 4, maybe 5, all of those generations just ate it up and believed that it was the truth. And this encapsulates academia at its core. It takes what corporations want to believe as the truth, it takes that and it just embeds it within the minds of the masses, and those masses consume it, or they propagate it, they repeat it over and over again, and it just becomes an echo chamber of things that are just commonly accepted. School is a place of reform. It is not a place of education. So let's talk about the food pyramid, because it really was just a bribe that the school took. Of course, the school needed to feed the masses, and we wanted to do that the cheapest, most efficient way possible, and grain checked off all those boxes completely. You got to remember that before this, the primary diet was steak, eggs, bacon. It was things that were meant to be consumed by humans, not things that were processed by corporations. But of course, the grain corporations, they started lobbying, they started pushing more money for the school to accept that this was the healthy alternative. They pushed that information to the masses, and the masses just accepted it as truth. And so yes, I am talking about the food pyramid here, and trust me, there is a lot wrong with the way we're feeding children. Off the top of my head, we are giving them Pop-Tarts for breakfast, muffins, we're giving them 2% milk, we are giving them rice cakes, we are giving them artificial cheese. We feed these kids pizza, we feed these guys nothing but bread. The portion size can't even fit in the palm of my hand. We feed them chicken nuggets, mozzarella sticks, and of course a whole portion of fruit, because that is the health indicator in our school system. That is what Michelle Obama pushed for. So yes, there is a lot wrong with food in the public school system. There's a lot wrong with the food pyramid, but that is not the point. That is just an example of what this is. What this illustrates is that there are people above that want to push out a message or push out a product or make things normal that educate the people, and the people accept it as normal. And so they go through the whole process of school, 18 years of this, and that is the new norm. So while yes, this video is about the food pyramid, it also applies about pharmacology. It also applies about mental disorders. It also applies about physical education. It also applies about evolution theory. It is just things that they want you to accept as the truth. Nothing but conditioning, not about education.